Hello everyone, it's Mark and welcome back. In this video I want to talk to you about the 72-hour hold and the Baker Act and what happens to the facility if they keep your loved one beyond 72 hours. So as many of you know, you've watched some of my other content, once somebody has been Baker Acted, if they're an adult, they can be held up to 72 hours, and in that 72-hour period, if they continue to meet criteria, the facility has that amount of time to assess them and potentially stabilize them. If it's a minor, then the facility can still hold up to 72 hours if the person meets criteria, but that assessment period is only 12 hours. And the idea being that obviously someone who's a minor, we want things to take place reasonably quickly, especially if we're dealing with somebody who's only 10, 11, 12 years old, and sometimes even younger. So one of the questions that I was asked is, well, my loved one has been held past 72 hours, and what's going to happen to the facility? Who's going to hold them accountable? And I said to them, you can hold them accountable. And they said, well, they're violating my loved one's rights. And I said, I know, I agree with you. What do you want to do about it? And there was this sort of pregnant pause, and they said, well, it's been over 72 hours. And I said, well, says who? And again, there was sort of this pregnant pause, and I said, look, let me explain this to you. The issue with the facility in the Baker Act is that no one is watching them. You're telling me it's been 72 hours, and I have no reason to doubt you. I'm sure you're correct. But who, other than you, is watching? Who knows when the 72 hours really started? Who knows when it stopped? And if you think that the facility is sort of going to, fess up to the fact they've held your loved one beyond 72 hours, I'm here to tell you, in a lot of instances, that's just not the case. I agree with you. If your loved one is held beyond 72 hours, either they should be released or the facility needs to run to court and file a petition for involuntary placement and seek permission to keep them beyond 72 hours. But as a general rule, if you don't take action and the facility is not going to let your loved one go, there's nobody out there who's going to punish the facility, who's going to call the facility and tell them they need to release your loved one. There's nobody who is watching these facilities. So if you want to get your loved one out, you got to take the bull by the horns and you have to take action. And if you don't take action, as I've said in many other videos, and they don't let your loved one go voluntarily, then they will take action. They will go to court, they will get a court order, and there will be a hearing which you will not be invited to, and they will get permission from a judge to keep your loved one. So with that said, take care of yourselves, be well, and stay safe.